The President made clear that he'd not seek any compensation from the Anti-Weaponization Fund. And for my own part, I've made it clear that I won't seek any compensation from the Anti-Weaponization Fund. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, under oath, has said, and I quote, "We're not moving forward with the fund, period." Why is that not enough for my colleagues from across the aisle? Because they have a deeper and much darker motive. They want to erase the Biden Justice Department's unprecedented weaponization by abolishing every means of holding it accountable. I'm not going to stand for it. Has there ever been a more systematic effort to surveil and oppress the political operation of a sitting president's opponents than under Joe Biden? We all know the answer. In fact, my esteemed colleague from Iowa, Chairman Grassley, has called it arguably worse than Watergate. The Biden DOJ's Arctic Frost operation involved a taxpayer-funded army of lawyers obtaining financial information on over 400 individuals and groups that happened to support President Trump in the 2020 election. Yet despite serious internal concerns and objections that were raised within the DOJ that this wasn't a proper basis for a search, President Trump's home was raided at Mar-a-Lago in a made-for-TV operation. This witch hunt extended even to the halls of the United States Senate. By now, everyone is familiar with how the Biden DOJ subpoenaed the records of 8 Republican senators, myself included, specifically because of conversations that we had in anticipation of a vote that was coming up on this matter. That's a serious affront to congressional privileges, and it was a clear violation of the Constitution's speech or debate clause. Did the Constitution matter to the Biden DOJ or to their allies at Verizon? It seems not. The Biden DOJ and Verizon violated the constitutional rights of numerous Republican senators. Several of my staff were among those with the temerity to serve in the Trump administration. Without any reason to think they were involved in any wrongdoing, members of my staff were subpoenaed, they were forced to hire counsel, they were subjected to depositions. The cost can be ruinous. And as my staff was tortured, I saw firsthand how the process was the punishment. Think about it. If you could ruin someone's financial future, there's no need to prove them guilty. If you can set an example that working in a Republican administration will get you put on a do not hire list by left-leaning law firms, or make you the target of taxpayer-funded investigations by a Democrat-controlled and weaponized DOJ, then you achieve another chilling objective. That's suppression. Democrats in the last administration weren't satisfied with targeting Republican officials and staffers. They went even further. To take just one example, the DOJ under President Biden brought its enormous power to bear on the groups it hates the most. In my home state, that was pro-life demonstrators. Yes, that's right. When violent crime had skyrocketed in American cities across the nation, the Biden DOJ devoted precious resources to criminally prosecute peaceful pro-life demonstrators in my home state of Nashville, Tennessee. They were letting go criminal illegal aliens who would strike again just so they could prosecute those whose politics they disagreed with. What a disgrace. My colleagues across the aisle are simply trying to cover up and sweep under the rug the fact that the Department of Justice under President Biden became a tool to destroy his political opponents. Just so there's no mistake, this is far from the first political controversy involving the DOJ's settlement authority. I won't recount all of the instances in which the Biden and Obama administration used DOJ settlement funds to funnel billions of dollars to their pet projects. Needless to say, my Democrat colleagues apparently saw no problem with that. Indeed, not a single Democrat ever co-sponsored the Stop Settlement Slush Funds Act in the 114th Congress, in the 115th Congress, nor in the 117th or the 118th Congress. Yet now, when any victim of the Biden DOJ's weaponization might actually receive some recompense, well, now they've found religion. And even that's an overstatement. Today's bill is different in the worst way from Republicans' previous efforts to constrain the DOJ settlement authority. This proposal by the minority leader isn't an even-handed proposal that would constrain presidents of both parties moving forward. It would solely invalidate a single settlement agreement involving specific parties. This treads dangerously close to the Constitution's prohibitions against ex post facto laws and retroactive legislation, and I have serious concerns that it violates the Fifth Amendment's due process clause.